The Bachelorette is one of the hottest shows on television, but the creator of the show has now been slapped with a temporary domestic violence restraining order by his wife. She's a former Miss America, and she alleges that he recently attacked her and demanded she get an abortion.
Hey guys, so Erica Mena was officially fired from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta for her racist comments that she made towards Spice.
The Bachelor bias. Tonight, two men are claiming that they were rejected by ABC's hit reality series The Bachelor because they're black. And today they filed an explosive class action lawsuit against ABC and the production companies who produce the show. Take a look at this now. These are all of the Bachelors in shows after 10 years and a total of 23 seasons. And as you see, not one person of color has been chosen to be the lead character in either The Bachelor or The Bachelorette.
You mad because I'm light-skinned. This bitch is mad.
Why would I be mad because you're light-skinned? Bitches wish that they look like
That's
me.
how black bitches hate on light-skinned girls?
Woo!
Hey guys, it's me, Comrade Lavender here. Today I'm back with another anti-capitalism deep dive true crime video topic. Today I want to do the pure evil, The Bachelor, The Bachelorette, and the Love and Hip Hop reality TV show files. Deep dive, capitalism, true crime, racism, colorism, shady producers, controversial problematic moments in these reality TV shows, reality TV show exploitation, etc. So let's get started in this YouTube video topic. But before we get started, all my YouTube videos will be on the screen right now if you'd like to check them out. They're all going to be other reality TV show videos that I've done on different reality TV show topics. So they're going to be on the screen, all my YouTube videos of that. So let's get started into this YouTube video topic.
Why you took the top off your drink?
There's a little shade. I'm just
Why you
keeping
took
on
the top
point.
off the drink?
I didn't even see that. See, okay, check this out. This is not about you guys right
I'm
now.
telling you because you took your top off your drink. You mean you come in here and you sit down and you take your top off your drink.
Sis,
and how would you react?
Are you serious right now?
I read off actions at the end of the day. I'll speak this. What? Speak what?
Love and Hip Hop is supposed to be a reality TV show that shares what happens behind the scenes in the music industry. We're shown what goes on between artists in the studio and within their private lives. Anyone who turned in for the latest episode of Love and Hip Hop Miami was in for quite the rowdown between castmates Emidra La Negra and Florence L. Lucci. The stars gathered at Florence L. Casa Mandela. At one point, La Negra accused Lil Lucci, who was feeling some type of way due to her pal Shay Johnston becoming friendly with La Negra, of not loving herself. The reason was she was selling skin lightening products on her Instagram. El Lucci resorted calling Legra a black expletive. La Negra fired back, claiming 100% love for her deeply melanated skin tone, leading El Lucci to accuse the insecure singer of being jealous of her light skin tone, adding, "That's how black expletive hate on light-skinned gals." The disturbing aspect of this exchange was not that the two women fought, but it is the nature of the fight. Two black women exclaiming their disdain for one another using the degradation of their skin colors. Fans have already called for El Lucci's dismissal. The flight of black colorism is not new in film and television. The 2011 documentary Dark Girls explores cultural bases and prejudice against people with darker skin tones, and even calls for the subject to be studied in educational settings. Indeed, how colorism affects dark-skinned black children and how they see themselves in society, even against their own black peers, merits discussion. It's ironic that La Negra, who is Dominican, a group that has historically at times rejected their African and black heritage, is proud of standing on her blackness. In a 2018 interview with NPR, La Negra shared, "I know nobody wants to talk about it, but we suffer a lot of racism. We suffer a lot of colorism amongst ourselves. I get it all the time. Oh, whenever you're married, don't get married to no black man because you want to better the race." As for El Lucci, who is promoting her skincare brand on Instagram with products designed to lighten hyperpigmentation, has roots from Haiti, a country known for being the first free black state after a successful revolution. The two black women are more connected by their geographic roots. Haiti and the Dominican Republic share the island of Dominica, so seeing the neighbor-hating neighbor playing out in such a vile way is also unwarranted. This isn't the first time Love and Hip Hop Miami broadcasted explosive television that's bound to go viral when dealing with sensitive racial issues and topics. Erica Mena was fired from the show in 2023 after referring to her then castmate Spice, who is of Jamaican ancestry, with a racial slur. Mena has also responded to the clips of La Negra and El Luchi in battle, stating that the real culprit is the network that chooses to showcase this moment of selected rage. As many black women use reality TV to escape from their own lives, it's hurtful to see the damaging narratives pointed at black women across various platforms of television marketed as entertainment. Love and Hip Hop Atlanta franchise Erica Mena riled up the cast when calling Caribbean Phantom Spice a monkey during their heated verbal altercation. Adding more insult to injury, Mena continued to make monkey noises as the two were being separated by producers and by the security. The incident invoked many sentiments about Mena freely using anti-black rhetoric and resorting to slurs in the menace of her anger. For those unaware, directing the word monkey or porch monkey at a black person is a derogatory phrase with historical connection dating back to the 18th century. Although the argument took place during filming months ago, many shifted outrage towards MTV for choosing to air the triggered footage anyway. In the time since the episode aired, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta hosted a roundtable discussion to dive into the harmful impact of colorism and racism.
This morning, a major shakeup on one of TV's biggest shows, The Bachelor.
This is the final rose tonight.
With longtime host Chris Harrison announcing he will step aside indefinitely, under fire after defending current contestant Rachel Kirkconnell. She is facing backlash for old photos now resurfaced, including these, showing her attending an Old South-themed college party in 2018.
We all need to have a little grace, a little understanding, a little compassion.
The picture was from 2018 at an Old South antebellum party. That's not a good look.
No, it's not a good, well, Rachel, is it a good look in 2018 or is it not a good look in 2021?
It's
because
not
there's a big
good
difference.
look ever.
That interview was with Rachel Lindsay, the first black woman to star as the Bachelorette, who says because of ongoing race issues with the franchise, she does not plan to renew her contract.
How much more do I want to be affiliated with this? I can't do it anymore.
For Harrison, the backlash was swift, thousands signing a petition to have him removed following his comments. In an Instagram apology, he wrote, "I am so sorry. My words were harmful."
Has a former star of The Bachelor gone too far in his search for love? Colton Underwood has been accused of stalking and harassing the contestant he picked on the show. As Jim Murray reports, among the claims that he put a GPS tracking device on his ex's car.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our next Bachelorette, Rachel Lindsay. Rachel!
Yes, our new Bachelorette is Rachel Lindsay, making her the first black bachelor or bachelorette in franchise history.
This is a bit of a spoiler because you're still on the show.
Yes, it is, but you know, we're a couple of weeks out for filming. We're ready to get this started. I'm ready to find love, find a husband. So if you know anybody out there who needs to apply.
E.T. was exclusively on set for Rachel's one-on-one with Nick Viall in October. We asked her about diversity among the contestants then. Diversity has been an issue that's come up on The Bachelor before. How do you feel about it?
It's very noticeable, the diversity that's there, and it just shows how open Nick is to dating women regardless of like their cultural background or their ethnicity or what they do or their age, and that's really exciting.
On March 25th, 2002, the first season of The Bachelor aired on TV screens over the nation. Nearly 20 years later, the Bachelor franchise has made a name for itself in reality television and reality TV in general. The popular ABC reality dating show The Bachelor and The Bachelorette franchise, in which single man or a single woman is expected to find a spouse by dating 15 people simultaneously. It is supposed to exist in a fantasy world where love stories can begin and end under the pretense of 1950s moral ideals. This is one of the reasons why viewers freaked out when Nick Viall a rejected suitor on the latest season of The Bachelorette, revealed that he and Bachelorette Andy Dorfman had sex. "If you weren't in love with me," Val said, which was watched by 7.5 million people, "I'm not quite sure why you made love to me." Many took this comment as slut-shaming, and at the very least, too much information. With one comment, Nick offered a prime example of the many ways in which the franchise is sexist, but it has been from the beginning. Before The Bachelor, there was a reality TV special on Fox called Who Wants to Marry a Millionaire? On the show, 50 women vied to marry a wealthy businessman on live TV. The 2-hour show did end with a wedding, but is quickly followed by both an annulment and a restraining order. This was in 2000. Mike Fleiss, the executive producer, laid low for a few years until 2002 when he founded the Bachelor franchise. Past female contestants on the show admit that their dating life was hurt by their participation on the show. While the men say they received a boost in popularity, nothing is real from the moment someone signs a contract, Ponzer says. In layman's terms, these reality show contracts basically say we can turn you into a fiction and you have no legal recourse. The problem is that the fiction the producers of the show are creating is one that positively impacts men and not the women. Producers on ABC's The Bachelor have admitted to psychologically wrecking contestants in order to ramp up the drama factor on the long-running reality TV dating show. Michael Cornell, a former producer, detailed the alleged abuse in our interview for Vice TV's Docuseries, Dark Side of the 2000s on Vice TV. "We needed a bimbo, we needed a hoe, we needed a ditzy blonde girl that everyone could make fun of," Carroll told Vice. "Producers would learn about their contestants' backstories and wield them like a weapon," he said. "She just went through a breakup, she just got over anorexia or eating disorder. She has been a bridesmaid 15 times but never a bride. She's gonna fuck someone on day one. She's a virgin. She's never gonna fuck. That's the reality. They want to know what's going to happen in the house," ex-casting director Marky Casito recalled. In 2021, colorism reached a level that was unacceptable within the Bachelor franchise, and 36 contestants at the time shared a joint statement speaking out against any defense of racism. The franchise, to the shock of many viewers, fired Chris Harrison as spokesperson and host of the show and replaced him with Jesse Palmer. After these events unfolded, the show had essentially built upon a misogynistic, whitewashed foundation. The contestants traditionally have almost exclusively been white women. When marginalized groups have previously represented on the show, it has typically been through problematic depictions, less screen time than their white counterparts, or through tokenism. Furthermore, there tends to be a severe lack of body inclusivity when the entire franchise, the average size of an American woman, is now between 16 and 18. Having a cast of almost all exclusively skinny white women on the show can promote toxic body image ideals when women in real life do not see themselves represented. Bekah Martinez, a previous contestant from the 22nd season of The Bachelor and co-host of Chatty Broads, was even praised for being the first contestant in the show's long-standing history for rocking short hair. It simply illustrates how the portrayals of the contestants, especially women, on the show, on The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, have been so severely limited that a woman having a short haircut can be seen as refreshing, new, or diverse. While the show has been making efforts to remedy its lack of diversity and diversity issues, it has only been under the intense pressure over the summer of 2020 demanding more diverse media representation. An Instagram and Twitter account called Bachelor Diversity was one of the first accounts that spearheaded the push for diversity in the franchise and started a petition signed by more than 160,000 people to demand more representation on the show. This representation is not only limited within the leads, but contestants, producers, and casting directors as well. The account also posted a powerful statement: 40 seasons, 18 years, one black lead. In response to ABC decided to cast its first black bachelor, Matt James. Other controversies that have been on The Bachelor and The Bachelorette include the Rachel Kirkconnell / Chris Harrison controversy. The Bachelor season 25 was monumental. It was the first time the franchise saw a black male lead. Frankly, it took ABC far too long to make this happen, which is a stain upon the franchise overall and in itself. Still, many were willing to take Matt James' casting as a win. The season itself was pretty standard, and it was pretty obvious from early on that Rachel Kirkconnell was the frontrunner. Though Rachel and Matt left the season together, but not engaged, they broke up while the season aired. Photos had leaked showing Rachel attending an extremely problematic Old South Antebellum themed party while in college. It was really gross. Matt obviously took major issue with Rachel not getting why that kind of racially insensitive party would be a problem, but their breakup was just the tip of the iceberg. ABC knew it had a public relations crisis and nightmare on their hands and set franchise host Chris Henderson to the task of cleaning up the mess. Chris did an interview with Rachel Lindsay, the first black bachelorette, where he showed that he was even more out of touch than Rachel herself. He referred to a couple years prior as a different time and made excuses for Rachel's past actions. If things were bad before, Chris's interview made the situation 10 times worse. Not long after this, Chris was fired as the host. Cassie's restraining order against Colton. The couple dated for about a year and a half after The Bachelor before ultimately calling it quits. Unfortunately, Colton wasn't content to move on with his life. Instead, he went into full stalker mode, sending Cassie unwanted text messages, hanging around her apartment, and even putting a GPS tracker on her car. It was disgusting and completely unacceptable behavior, and fans were shocked at what Colton had done. Cassie understandably got upset and got a restraining order against Colton, who thankfully let his obsession with her in there. The restraining order was dropped 2 months later. In a twist that no one saw coming, Colton revealed in 2021 that he was gay. Since then, he met and married the man of his dreams. While Cassie has moved on with a new relationship as well, while it's all great that Colton's finally living an authentic life, that doesn't excuse his past actions and what he did to Cassie. Many fans still have not forgiven Colton for his problematic behavior, and for good reason. Bachelor in Paradise sexual assault allegations. The Bachelor in Paradise heavy partying is on par with the course. However, there was one season where things went way too far, and what resulted was truly problematic and a scary situation. Just days into filming season 4, production was halted after sexual misconduct allegations were brought against cast member Mario Jackson. The unnamed individual who reported the incident claimed that Mario had sexually encountered with Corleen Olympios, who was said to be too intoxicated or inebriated to give it consent. Production came to a standstill while the claims were being investigated. Many fans thought production wasn't going to resume, and that the incident would be the end of The Bachelor in Paradise as we know it. However, several days after the production pause, ABC reported that no wrongdoing was found and the cameras resumed. Corleen and Mario did not return to the show, and it's still unclear what exactly happened between them. The production resumed. As a precaution, a 2-drink-per-hour rule was instituted to prevent the cast from getting too drunk. The entire controversy sparked outrage and rocked Bachelor Nation to its core, and it's amazing the franchise ever recovered from it.